Hello everyone, my name is Vicki and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am here to show you today the Delivering with Cheer stamp set. As you can see, here is the demonstration of the card. It is a gift card holder card. You can see me struggling with the pocket there. It's very simple, very easy. I'm going to start out with a piece of Evening Evergreen, and it is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 2.5 and 5.5. My next piece is from the DSP Designer Series paper, Heartwarming Hugs. My first piece is cut 5 1/4 by 4. The second is 2 3/4 by 4. And the one that's a little off screen is 2 3/4 by 4. And your white pieces are 2.5 by 3 3/4 and 5 by 3 1/4. I'm using the Memento black ink to do my stamping. As you can see, I have my stamping pierce mat, and I always use a piece of paper underneath it so that it doesn't go through on my Stampin' Pierce mat. Here you see me adjusting the tree part of it, and I'm looking through the photopolymer stamp. If you notice on the right-hand side by the skirt or the jacket in the tree, I had to adjust that a little bit to make sure that it was high enough. Now these are the gifts, and I'm stamping those on the inside of the card. And I'm extending it below the bottom of the card because, as you can see, her arms are in that stamp. And then I'm using the Mossy Meadow stamp pad to stamp my greeting. There's my greeting, and there's my stamped image. Now I'm just going to demonstrate Mossy Meadow Stampin' Blend markers, coloring in the tree just ever so slightly. And I'm using Real Red for light and dark for the jacket or the bottom of her coat. And you'll want to let your Stampin' Blend markers dry in between. Now you see me coming back with the Real Red light, and I am using the larger tip, and you just color it in, blend it all in, and just go over your dark part, and it just blends it all together. And now you'll see me bring in the next piece, and it's my completed pieces. It's the magic of television, so there you go. Or video, whatever you want to call it. So there's my finished pieces that I'll be adhering to the front of the card and the inside of the card. Now I'm using my bone folder to make my edges nice and crisp. So when you fold those, you want to use your bone folder to make sure that the edges are nice and crisp. Now I'm adding some tear and tape to the inside to adhere that down. And now you'll see me using my Tombow multi-purpose glue. I like to use this. It gives you some wiggle room when you're adhering the front or the pieces. You'll see me add the front piece of that. Or no, actually it's the part that goes where the card would be placed. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room there. There you go. You just make sure that it's nice and secure. You can see me making a little bit of an adjustment. And now I'm going to go ahead and place the inside. Once again, you want to make sure that you use plenty of glue, but not too much. A little bit goes a long ways. This is the inside of the card, so I'm adhering that down. And just going to go over it and just make sure it's nice and adhered. Now I'm using my 1-inch circle punch. I'm just going to make a little indentation where the card is going to go, and that you can see that. And now where my tear and tape is, I've used my take your pick tool and pick that top off. And now I'm just going to fold that flat back and adhere it on the sides there. And now you'll see that's where your gift card will go. And now you'll see me go ahead and adhere the front piece of the designer series paper on. Once again, using my Tombow glue. Not using too much, but enough. And like I said, it's nice and it's easy because it allows you a little bit of wiggle room where when you use your tape, you don't have that availability to be able to give it a little bit of wiggle room. So there I am, just making sure that it's nice and secure. Now I'm going to go ahead and once again use my multi-purpose glue. It's Tombow multi-purpose glue. Placing it on the inside of the card and adhering it down. Now we'll fold it in and I'll go ahead and adhere the front of the card. Multi-purpose glue, Tombow multi-purpose glue once again. And just adhere that onto the front of the card. I have also used the Wink of Stella on the card. If you can see that little bit of shimmer, sometimes it's hard to see in a video, but I did use the Wink of Stella on my tree to give it a little bit of glimmer. And then I also used the splatter technique where you just kind of tap it and splatter it on the front of it. And now you'll see me adhering a red rhinestone. And I do use my tweezers quite a bit. I like to just be able to grip that and put that on there. So there you go. That's the finished card there on the right. And you can see that I've used 2 different designer series papers, but they both worked well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching.